Manipur is no stranger to ethnic clashes. The state has witnessed a series of ethnic conflicts. First, there was Naga-Kuki clash that went on for years, followed by the Kuki-Meitei clash. And then there was Meitei-Naga tension. This time, it is the Meitei Kuki clash. To understand the genesis of the current conflict, we need to understand the demographics of Manipur. Manipur's population is approximately 28,56,000 according to the 2011 census. Since it is a data which is more than a decade old, let's try and understand the demographics in percentage rather than the numbers, because it might be a little bit more accurate. The majority, Meiteis, comprise of 53% of the total population, who are mostly Hindus and are confined to the valley. Now, if you look geographically, Manipur is divided into the hills and valley areas. The valley is surrounded by hills from all the directions. The valley is inhabited mainly by the Meiteis, the largest community in the state, while the hills are inhabited by various tribes. The valley is only 1/10 of the total geographical area. The state's Land Act does not allow the Meiteis and other non-tribals to buy land in the hills and settle. That is, that 9/10 of the state's area has been reserved for the scheduled tribes. This is the main conflict, and this is the main reason that Meiteis and Kukis are fighting: land. Now let's look at the population density of the two most populous districts. Imphal East has a density of 643 inhabitants per square kilometer, while Imphal West has 992 inhabitants per square kilometer. Now let's look at one of the least populous districts in Manipur, Tamenglong, which is in the hills. The population density here is 19 persons per square kilometer. This is a huge difference. This is a fight not just for identity, it is a fight for land. But a question that begs to be asked is, if it's just about the land, then why aren't the other tribals part of this fight? Why aren't the Nagas also clashing with the Meiteis? The reason for that is the sense of alienation amongst the Kukis. There is a narrative built up around the Kukis that they are outsiders. The narrative also says that Kukis were brought in by the British to balance the Nagas, thus the outsider tag. To add fuel to the fire, a recent eviction drive by the BJP-led state government to clear reserve forest lands under the Forest Rights Act or the FRA has also led to the displacement of Kuki villages without any rehabilitation. On February 15, the Deputy Commissioner of Churachandpur district ordered a verification drive to identify illegal immigrants in several villages under the Churachandpur district, along with some other areas as well. On February 20th, a Kuki tribal village in Churachandpur was notified for eviction and the drive was executed, although government says that this village came up after 2021. As the people in this village lost their land and homes, another village was given show cause notice in the same district, Churachandpur. Kukis mostly inhabit the southwestern district of Churachandpur and some parts of Senapati. This is why there is no surprise that the clashes this time were centered around Churachandpur. Enraged Kukis felt their land was being taken away by the government, which is predominantly run by the Meiteis. The anger started showing on ground when, at the end of the month of April, the Forest Range Office in the Tuibong area in Churachandpur was set on fire. Another chapter to this strife was added following Chief Minister N. Biren Singh's drive against drugs and poppy cultivation. In several hill areas of Manipur, poor villagers do illegal poppy cultivation for some extra income. CM's drive against poppy cultivation has largely affected villages which are mainly of the Kuki community. So altogether, this outsider, illegal immigrant, poppy growing community, etc. tags or slurs were thrown at the Kuki community, which many believe got some tacit support of the government. So the tinderbox was already smoldering, and then came another added fuel of the High Court order to the government to consider the proposal to give the majority Meiteis scheduled tribe status, thus giving the right to acquire land. That very land the Kukis feel the government is trying to snatch from them. This was the straw that broke the camel's back, and the clashes started. Since then, the government of Manipur failed miserably in containing the violence. The Home Minister and other ministers chose to remain silent for a long time. The Home Minister has finally made a trip to Manipur and is seeking to take control of the situation. As we record this video, the Prime Minister is yet to make a comment on the situation. This nonchalance that the central government exhibited towards the violence is shocking. Clashes like these in any of the states in the hinterland would have evoked a totally different response. It can only be hoped that the government will now finally find a way to resolve this issue. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comment section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.